Good evening, everybody. Welcome to more CALLOUS Invitational 3 content. We are very deep in this tournament, as you know if you've watched it up till now, and I have two sets for you tonight that should be really entertaining for you. One of which was supposed to be narrated by Jabba the Griffin, but he is feeling a bit under the weather and apparently cannot do it. My guess would be that it is either from his raging, uncontrollable alcohol problem, or from tonguing too many dudes. Maybe he's got mono. But either way, he bailed on me, and now you are stuck with me for these sets. But they are good ones, and they are important for sure. We are very deep in the tournament. This is a lower bracket match between Starmaster and Posse G. Therefore, it is an elimination match. And Starmaster is the lone player left in the tour that has ever made money in a CALLOUS Invitational before. In the first tournament, it was Lanier, M-Dragon, and UD, all of which are out. And then in the second tournament, it was Cowboy Dan, Lanier again, and Starmaster. So like I said, the only person remaining in the tour who has ever made money in one of these events before is Starmaster. And here he is trying to make money again, as he did last year. Posse G has had a hard road so far. He's gone through very strong opponents to get to this point. He beat Fear and Lanier and Golden Sun, and now he's got to go through Star. So he's had a tough road, but he's very much showed that he can hang at this level. See if he can beat a very proven player in Starmaster. Here is game one in their best of three set. Star's going to be on the bottom. Posse's going to be on the top. We have a T-Tar lead and a Zapdos lead, respectively. Those have been the two most common leads in the tour by a pretty hefty margin, according to our spreadsheet. And Protect and Ice Beam as they both stay in. Body Slam goes to Metagross, hoping there'll be an Ice Beam again, and there is. There's no Freeze, and Meta does have leftovers. However, he immediately goes to Mag, trying to pick off a Scarm Switch. Good play, a little ambitious for Posse, but he does not get what he wanted. He instead finds a Gyarados, which switches out, and we end up with Lax on Zapdos. Zapdos, we know, has Baton Pass, and he can Baton Pass to a favorable matchup. That's what he does here. It's going to be Celebi. Starmaster went for the EQ there, thinking the Metagross would come back in, trying to resist a normal move. So both players are attempting to predict each other, but neither one has managed to blow the other one out quite yet. Posse made that switch just in case Lax immediately self-destructed on him, and he would have resisted that. So both players playing very well already and really predicting each other and trying to get out ahead, bait the other guy into making a mistake, but thus far nobody has. Posse going to get unlucky here. He's going to miss Meteor Mash. Gyarados would have resisted it, but it would have done a decent chunk. The Earthquake, however, did 50%, which is a lot. Protect meta, therefore probably a bulky meta for Posse G. Protect will fail on the switch, but it's going to succeed on the following turn as Lax also goes for Earthquake. 57%. Steelix comes in thinking there'll be a boom. Again, a good prediction for Starmaster. These guys are checking for all the right things and playing very well, generally speaking. But Protect again failed on a switch. A Meteor Mash missed on the switch. And that's going to enable Protect on the following turn. Steelix here on the bad end of a Psychic, 24%. He does resist that. He puts a clock on Celebi here with Toxic, and when it BPs out, it does count as switching out for purposes of Natural Cure, so that poison's going to be gone. And Swampert, a purple Swampert at that, he is all shiny, is going to make his appearance. That's the first time that's been revealed for Posse. There are still unreveals on both sides. Gyarados here is going to take Hydro Pump very well, 13% from Swampert. Zapdos comes in to check it. Hidden power there is HP Flying, not HP Rock. And as such, this Zapdos is going to be a very hard counter for this Gyarados who has to get out of the way. Posse BP's up. Metagross took a big Earthquake earlier, but is lefty back up to 75%. He goes Mash here, 52%. Eats an Earthquake in exchange, 47%. But Lax will not live another Meteor Mash should it connect. And as such, Starmaster gets out of the way. Magneton comes in now. That takes the Mash. Posse going to try to protect and get into range to where he can live a Thunderbolt. That might be a tall order. Goes for the 50-50 Protect, does not win the coin flip, and Starmaster gets the first knockout of the game, taking the 6-5 lead very briefly, as Posse's own Magneton is faster and is going to get him with a critical hit, Hidden Power Fire. I don't know that the crit mattered there, but nevertheless, we have a 5-5 game. Celebi comes in 2 Earthquake here, begging to get blown up on. Does Posse risk it and stay in? He does. He would have gotten blown up on had Steelix gone for that. He did just go recover as the last poke comes in for Star. Previously unrevealed Salamence. Hidden power there is flying, not grass. And it's going to do 34% on the way into Swampert. Gyarados comes back in trying to come in on Ice Beam. He is successful. He takes it neutrally and he's got high special defense, so he takes only 17%. Hidden power flying. Ice Beam. Gyarados getting the better end of this exchange. However, Swampert gets lefties through the sand, and Gyara does not. Magneton comes in. Star unable to predict that and go Earthquake. That would have one-hit KO'd the Magneton there had he pulled the trigger. He pulls back to Steelix, trapping himself. However, he blanks the Thunderbolt on the way in. Celebi makes a reappearance. Earthquake there obligatory to try to kill the Mag should it stay in and go Hidden Power Fire, but it did not. Psychic and Toxic respectively. A little better damage on Psychic this time. 26 as opposed to 24 from last time. 26 again here. Toxic thinking there'd be a switch, but there's not. Posse, however, is going to be on a clock here because of the Toxic. He has both Recover and Baton Pass to get out of this situation. He opts for Recover. Takes the Earthquake very well, but Steelix sitting in gaining lefties while this is happening, and the poison gets worse and worse. He Baton Passes out at this point. Zapdos comes in. That's on the bad end of Toxic. It's a BP Zapdos, so it's not going to have rest. You'll be stuck with that poison for the rest of the game. Baton Pass over to Celebi. Toxic misses on that. Good prediction for Star, but doesn't get the connection that he's looking for. Pulls it back at this point. Here comes Salamence. Intimidate will be passed if Celebi Baton passes out, but it doesn't look right now like anything matters. He does go HP Grass instead. Salamence takes that just fine with the resistance. However, a terrible back-breaking crit there. Nailing Starmaster's Salamence. It would have lived the Psychic there all day. That is a very relevant crit. Unfortunately for Starmaster, the Mence was looking pretty damn good in this situation, and that crit changes everything. There is a revenge kill for Posse, for Star, and he is going to miss Hydro Pump here, but still, there is no understating how big of a deal that critical hit was. Starmaster looked to be in decent shape, and all of a sudden, he looks in much less decent shape. Especially after that knockout. Focus Punch is going to catch Steelix on the way in, donk him from 79% for the kill, and Starmaster is now behind. That crit breaks the game wide open, and Posse seemingly in very good shape now. Starmaster trying to set up a Curse Lax. +1 Body Slam does find the para on Swampert. Needs to catch a couple of breaks like that to catch up in this game. Goes straight Body Slam again as opposed to another Curse or a Rest. That's going to allow the Magneton to come in. I don't know that I agree with not resting there for this exact reason. He now simply dies to the Magneton Thunderbolt. T-Tar going to take a Thunderbolt as well and get unluckily 10% paralyzed, but he overpredicts, goes Ice Beam, doesn't get him with Fire Blast if he even has that, goes down to the subsequent Thunderbolt, and now Gyarados needs to be faster and have Sleep Talk or he is dead. Probably didn't have Sleep Talk anyway, but if he did, he does not get a chance to use it. Posse G's Magneton is faster. Thunderbolt with the stab and the 4X weakness is an easy one-hit KO from 100%. And Posse G, benefiting from a big critical hit, is going to take down Game 1. Starmaster will have his back against the wall and will have to fight for his tournament life coming up next. But please do give a thumbs up if you enjoyed Game 1.